Celestron is proud to introduce the CGE Pro, the latest offering in German equatorial mounts. Celestron's original CGE mount has long been the favored choice of astronomy buffs and astrophotographers because of its stability, portability, and accuracy. While designing the new CGE Pro German equatorial mount, Celestron engineers built on their experience with the previous CGE model to deliver a brand new platform packed with features geared towards serious observers and astrophotographers.
My name is Daniel Medley and I'm the principal engineer at Celestron. I'm here to talk about the CGE Pro. It's our latest equatorial mount offering, our flagship product. So the CGE Pro, compared to the CGE, offers a lot of features, the most significant being obviously the load capacity. CGE is 45 pounds, CGE Pro is 90 pounds.
Despite offering an increased instrument capacity of 90 pounds, not including counterweights, CGE Pro is still easy to set up and transport by separating the mount into smaller, lighter components.
In order to hold a larger capacity, the CGE Pro is a lot bigger than the CGE. The equatorial head weighs 75 pounds, but it can be broken down into two parts. The RA and base separate from the deck axes. Gives you two pieces, 45 pounds and 30 pounds approximately.
Thanks to design improvements, CGE Pro can be set up by only one person. Additionally, the polar alignment is completely toolless thanks to the larger hand knobs for both altitude and azimuth adjustments.
With the CGE Pro, we introduced a new feature to simplify the polar alignment process. Also, our polar alignment allows you to make use of any bright star that's available in the hand control to do polar alignment.
All-Star allows you to choose any bright star listed on the NexStar hand control to assist in accurately aligning your telescope's mount with either one of the celestial poles. Using the telescope sync function, the mount is able to point and center a bright star with a high degree of accuracy. Once centered, the mount will point the telescope to the exact position that the star should be if the mount were precisely polar aligned. By simply adjusting the mount's altitude and azimuth controls to recenter the star in the center of the eyepiece, you are actually moving the mount's polar axis to the exact position of the north or south celestial pole.
In order to get really good tracking performance, you had to know where all of the errors were coming in to take away from that tracking performance. So looking at sources of potential problems in tracking, we spent a lot of time to select a motor that was going to give us a good periodic error profile. By that I mean profile that's repeatable and correctable, and any residual errors are minimized, and that comes through buying a high quality motor with cut steel gears. So one of the things we did with the CGE Pro was to make the declination worm block spring-loaded. That reduces your backlash so that when you're auto-guiding, you don't have any hesitation when you switch directions, which auto-guiders tend to do. In RA, we left that worm block fixed, which gives you the best performance in getting the repeatable periodic error profile that makes it correctable.
With a larger 0.75-inch pitch diameter worm, precision-made cut steel gears in gearboxes, and 7-slot skewed armature motors, the CGE Pro delivers typical tracking performance of plus or minus 9 arc seconds, which can be further reduced with the mount's permanent periodic error correction. Improved gearing and motors also provide faster slew speeds than ever before, with a maximum slew rate of over 5 degrees per second.
Another feature that we focused on based on feedback on the CGE was the ability to track past the meridian. CGE could not track past the meridian, whereas CGE Pro, we allowed it to track 20 degrees past the meridian. It still has a physical stop, but a couple degrees before that is a electrical cutoff. So if you're doing unattended and you happen to leave it tracking, it'll shut off. And as you know, the best part of the sky is straight up, so to be able to image through the meridian is a great feature.
Redesigned electronics of CGE Pro deliver constant regulated power to the motors, making them capable of driving the telescope even when not perfectly balanced. This allows the CGE Pro to have the payload capacity of that of much larger and expensive mounts without sacrificing smooth tracking motion and pointing accuracy across the entire sky.
In designing the CGE Pro electronics, we chose to put power regulation inside the mount so that we don't rely so much on the quality of the power being provided. This allows us to regulate power going to the motors, gives us a better response, which means that if the mount's a little bit out of balance, it's not really going to affect the tracking or go-to performance.
With increased payload capacity, faster slew speeds, more accurate tracking, and the groundbreaking all-star polar alignment, Celestron's state-of-the-art CGE Pro German equatorial mount is a highly capable, reliable, and accurate platform designed to fit the needs of any serious observer or astrophotographer.